Hello, but no welcomes. Hey! Wow, who knew you had to go public for it to. Why would you ever. You're right. Why would you ever hit live stream? Why is there even a go private option? Whoa. No pants. Well, I'm wearing pants, but not according to Discord. Or OBS, something. Oh. That's freaky. I'm in Tokyo Cyber City.
It seems that way.
Whoa. Hello.
Well, good. Hello, buddy. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good.
Nice. You want to get right into it? You want to
Hell yeah.
chit chat? You want to talk about that picture? What a colorful group of people we have here.
It's like stars. It's Neo Genesis 1.0. Are we wrong? We keep saying that Neo Genesis is just copying stars. Maybe they were copying Tokyo Cyber Squad.
Maybe. Is that a hot and spicy take?
No.
No.
This is confusing me. Transform. Man. There we go. It confuses me when I look at myself and like it's reversed and I'm like, I don't know how to move. Oh,
Yeah, but now your bunny shirt's backwards. How are you supposed to pimp it?
Oh yeah. I'll be confused. New jeans never die.
If you want to be that kind of weirdo.
New jeans is not weird. You're weird for not liking new jeans.
They're fine. Mac, what is up?
Hello.
Konnichiwa. Hello.
Where are you
How fun
at?
is that?
You're like in Darth Vader's bedroom.
No, it's the Hall of the Enterprise. It's I just opened my door to let some
Are you a Kirk or a Picard guy?
Picard, the Next Generation was where I grew up, so it was absolutely amazing.
Nice.
And I liked it. I mean, we had all the good stuff. The women were the right amount of good looking. There was robots and shooting and, you know.
I mean, you're wrong, but sure.
You watched it?
Yeah. I mean, I was never a Star Wars guy, because I think Star Wars is lame, but Star Trek is pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like Star Wars is what Star Trek is what people think Star Wars is. It's like them actually going around the galaxy and exploring and meeting different alien races. And it's like, you watch Star Wars and you're like, okay, so this is just like, you could have done this on planet Earth. Like, there's no reason for this to be taking place in space.
Maybe Earth wasn't there yet.
It's in a galaxy long, long ago, far, far away.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't say Earth doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. I said maybe. You never know.
They could be taking place in the same universe.
Oh, I didn't even assume it was a multi-universe type thing.
Because also, maybe it's like a history documentary they're watching on the Enterprise. You don't know. It does say a long, long time ago. Oh my God! You know what? Wait, while I was saying, you know, it'd be funny because it says a long, long time ago, which implies that like whoever is telling the story is like, who knows, maybe thousands of years in the future. It's like the future Star Wars tech. It's like that actually does kind of make sense because if you watch the original Star Wars, everything like, because it's made in like the 70s, all the technology does look really old.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
The I do have one request since the fan has to stay on. There's something you click.
Huh? No, it's the
There's
computer
something on your microphone. No, there's a clicking thing you do.
that I'm doing.
Sometimes. You do. It's one of those things you do without knowing. Like every now and again, I catch myself clicking my pen, and it picks it up. You click
Do you
something.
hear this thing?
There's something. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, this thing is crazy. This mic isn't even
You-
plugged in. It's like a on button. I just click it because it's, you know.
Yeah, because it's just like a Twitch thing. But I noticed that redoing the Shimi pod, and I was like, what was that? And then I heard it again last time. So that one comes over. That's funny. It's like the click of a pen. It was whatever that switch was. So
Okay.
what do you want to talk about? Yeah, I'll tell you what you want to talk about. Juno, it is super late. Look at us, but we had things going on, and as we record, it's Thursday night. We were planning on doing this Tuesday, but there was technical difficulties. But that's all right because it is time
4.
for you. Welcome to another episode of the Stardom Fan Podcast. I'm Mark,
I'm Juno.
and today another Patreon supported episode. Thank you once a month. If you are in the icon tier, you pick a show, and today is brought to you by Chicken, and we are going to talk about Tokyo Cyber Squad.
I keep doing the thing. Okay, I'll stop. It's so hard not to click the thing. It's like a fidget thing, spinner.
You also do it when I'm talking. You're too busy talking to do it when you're talking. That's what I noticed, which is funny because that's when you just noticed it too.
Yeah. Just not making you said it. Yeah, so if you want, go to our Patreon and then we'll do an episode that you want us to talk about. We just pick the one that we want to do. Usually, well, right now we only have 2 people in that tier, so we just do what they say. But if there's more people, we'll just pick whatever one we want to talk about.
Oh, no way. If there's enough of them, we'll do one a week.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, unless we for some reason you ended up with more than 30. Because then it'd be more than one a day. Then it might have to turn into a lottery. Or a 2 a day. But at that point, that'd be some good income rolling in. So that'd be a good part-time job.
True.
All right. The Tokyo Cyber Squad. Today we are going to cover them from their dynamic debut to their emotional farewell. We'll explore the legacy, key moments, and the wrestlers who made it all happen.
Yeah, this
Where do you
group
want to
is.
start?
I don't even know where to start with this group. It's like they are like stars, but somehow I don't know. They're like kind of rebels, really. Like their whole thing is just about being different, being themselves. So I mean, you could definitely say that about Fugigen. Which you were telling me, I didn't even know this, like that she joined Tokyo Cyber Squad. This was the first time we saw the clown, right? She was rocking the Kiss makeup.
Yeah, it was Death Yamasama.
So that's the
Death
debut.
Yamasan.
The debut of
Death.
Fugigen.
Yeah, it's basically a debut of one of her death motives, if you will.
And then we also have Jungle Kiona, Konami, Ruaka, Rina, and Zoe Lucas. Is it Zoe or Zoe?
I thought I read it Zoe too. For a few minutes.
I love her.
That's awesome. For a few minutes, they had Bobby Taylor and Layla Hirsch, and what made me think it was pretty funny. Do you remember Layla Hirsch? Does that ring a bell to you?
No. Is she like TNA or something?
She was when AEW first started, and not TNA, NWA and TNA were doing the little crossover things. She's that tiny girl that challenged Camille for the championship belt. I was astonished to find out that she was in this.
Yeah, she's 4 foot. That's it, 4 foot tall. I was gonna say 4 foot something, but no way. She's basically She's like a Saida. She's a muscle gorilla.
Yeah, yeah, basically. So I thought that was funny to see
Oh,
that she was in the group then.
that's an idea, by the way. We need to do an episode where we just like start talking about all the muscle gorillas in wrestling. Cause there's a few of them, more than you think. Who's that? Kevin Cabeza. What's up?
Hey, Kev.
Hello.
Hey, Opie. Hey, Mr. Oh no, what's that? What did they say? It says at Waleski, but what is Monsters Inc?
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. That's what I looked up. That's what my mind saw.
So there's like a meme where they do the commercial and they put the Monsters Inc. logo over his face. You just see his little arms and legs, and everyone's like, "Oh, Mike!" Like think he's gonna be sad. He's like, "I'm on TV." Anyways, they had like when the new movie came out, they were like made like a big thing at like Walmart or something where they had like Mike Wazowski cookies, and they had his photo on the cookies, and they put the ingredients right over his face.
That's brilliant. Oh,
And I'm
what a
like,
funny joke
there's
that
no
is.
way Walmart meant to do that on purpose, but it is funny.
The talking about what you did off the top of your head is like something that's spit out
Cookies.
straight from my computer about Tokyo Cyber Squad. It's pretty funny as an introduction, led by the charismatic Hana Kimura, uh, TCS as they would abbreviate, brought a unique mix of rebellious energy, international talent, and unforgettable matches to Stardom. The what seemed fun about it, they almost seemed like I thought they were bad guys. Are they like so?
Uh,
If there's a pecking order, is it like Oedo ties on the bottom, and then then they're the lovable bad guys that were a step above them? Is that how I picture
I thought they were the good guys.
it? And fatigues? Do the good guys fight in fatigues if they're pink?
Um, well, they are a cyber squad.
Oh, it's all starting to make sense now.
Konami's definitely the bad guy.
Oh, well, well, that'll say to the way they eventually have to completely disband, but I don't know why Konami apparently just like screwing people is something that happens. Uh, but that is how the Tokyo Cyber Squad started. Uh, I got something I could sort of just read straight from the beginning if you want to get into the formation.
Yeah.
All right. The seeds of Tokyo Cyber Squad were planted on September 24, 2018 when Hana Kimura shockingly betrayed Oedo Tai by attacking Kagetsu with a chair. So she was a bad guy and then she beat up the bad guy to make a good guy stable? Is that how you read it?
I mean, or your logic is she just beat up the bad guy because she wants to be the bad guy.
You know what? It was just dawned on me. Yeah, in order to be the bad guy, you have to kill the bigger bad guy, right?
Well,
Isn't that how Darth Vader was made?
well, her mom started a Oedo Tai, so maybe she's like, I don't want to be in that group. That's pretty lame. She
Oh,
wanted to,
that's
because
funny.
their whole gimmick is being like unique and just being yourself and being crazy.
Yeah, they have. You know what's funny? Oh, yeah. Well, they have. Apparently, the motto is "Everyone is different. Everyone is special." I mean, that's pretty cool, huh?
Um, yeah, and I also because Rena's in this group, and before because you know in this picture like this, they're all about being like colorful and neon and like all the colors of the rainbow. But if you look at Rena now, you could definitely tell she dresses just like Hana Kimura did in Oedo Tai. Like, they look very similar.
Pink and black and stuff going on. Yeah, that can make sense.
They just look
I
like
like
Adam's
that.
family members.
I never knew it. It's. I guess I never knew that she was with him as a kid. That had to be really touching and shocking. Um, the chair shot to Kagetsu. Oh, actually, what I was gonna say. Whenever I catch myself reading something or looking at notes, my inflection changes, and you laughed at me before. I decided where that comes from. That's like my dungeon master voice, when it's like, and now you are walking through the dark cave. You
Oh,
hear
do I have to?
drops of water.
Do
What
I
do
have to
you
ask
do?
questions? Maybe, well, that's not your real dungeon master voice. It's like there's the voice you hear in your head, and then there's like the slightly lamer voice that comes out of your mouth because you think you're sounding like one of the people on YouTube, but you don't. You never do. And
I'm pretty
then
sure I sound awesome.
what happens is they don't ask you any of the questions you think they would ask you. They always ask you like really questions you think are dumb, and then you just switch to your regular voice. So you're like, guys, just it's a cave. Go in the cave.
This sounds to me like a personal experience problem to you.
Yes.
Oh, so back to it. By blah 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 blah. That marked the point. Her leaving Oedo Tai and forming the creation of what would eventually become Tokyo Cyber Squad. She begins by aligning herself with various foreign wrestlers, forming a loose collective called the International Army, which is a cool gimmick alone. It was basically what Mina did for a minute. She's like, foreigners, get over here, and then leave, right?
Well, yeah, there's visa issues.
Oh, it's actually funny you say that too. I guess not many things changed,
Oh,
because what ends up happening is, for as it goes on, the girl like Layla Hirsch and let's say the other one was Bobby Taylor. They basically stopped showing up, or weren't able to. Uh, oh, look at the girl in the crowd, or the ring
Yuri.
announcer.
I just
Oh
noticed
yeah,
that.
that's funny.
I was like,
The
she's over there doing the Tokyo Cyber salute. Wait, she's a Cyber Squad
yes,
member. Wow, is that breaking news?
breaking news.
5 years later?
So yeah, the back in the day, the Americans, or wherever they were from, just because of the other promotions they were in, or like visa issues and like that kind of stuff too, they just couldn't come to work one day, and the International Army sort of fell off, and we became we became Tokyo Cyber Squad, but not until the 2019 Stardom draft. What do you know about these? Have to be something that I don't think I want to see that come back, but boy, is it like neat to look at. They just paced. Do you think they put everyone in a pool and just like redraft the whole thing, like we would grow up watching like Raw and SmackDown be drafted?
I mean, it happened like 2 years in a row, both for various like reasons. Like, I mean, you just said they had a bunch of visa issues. All the Westerners go home, and it's like, oh, we have to reshape all our groups, and then people are like, oh, they should bring this back. I'm like, guys, they never wanted to do one in the first place. They definitely made the best of it, but it's like they only did that because they kind of had to. I mean,
Well, this one
they could
sounded.
definitely bring it back. Like I could see them bringing it back because they have a lot of members. Like if attendance falls off or something, it could be nice to like shake things up. But I don't see them doing
or
it every
someone
year.
or someone just needs to hit somebody with a chair again and make a new faction. Uh, 2019, right around the draft, Kimura was officially designated as the leader of International Army, and this is where it sounds like, if was this the second draft then, or was this the first one? Because if not, either way, this one actually sounds fun. Because what they did was they had an elimination match. All the leaders, from all the factions, basically fought to see who got the number one draft pick. Like, how do you like that? And whoever, like, apparently whoever loses that match, also your group is disbanded.
Yeah.
So how would you like that now, like in football? Be like, we're gonna have a steel cage match. Everyone
Well,
pick one captain,
I
and
like
Josh
that.
Allen gets to the top. He wins. Kansas City Chiefs have to be disbanded.
I mean, I like that. That's like
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about. I know a lot about wrestling, not a lot about soccer, but people tell me that Tony Khan has a really bad soccer team, and like when you're the worst soccer team, you get demoted to like the other league, and then Tony Khan like cheers about like, oh, we've won all these championships in this league, and like, yeah, dude, you're playing in like the minor leagues. Like, it's not an accomplishment.
Yeah,
If
but
you're
when you win that league, you get to go back up again. Isn't that how it works?
something like that.
When so this had match had Jungle Kiona, and the other factions was or yeah, Jungle Kiona was in it. JAN. Don't know her group offhand. I have it written down here, but Jungle's group, Oedo Tai, Queen's Quest, and Stars. Kimura emerges victorious, leading to the disbandment of Jungle's team, and then she basically is
I
like,
think
"All
it
right,
was just it's called Jan, right? Just like the name of the,
yeah,
I think it's just the name of the members. It's like
yeah."
Jungle
Well, I was
something.
gonna. Oh, well, that makes it funny then, because I knew it stood for something, but yeah, it was written as Jan in the notes too. The Kimura emerges victorious, leading to the disbandment of Jan, and then says, "All right, I destroyed your team. Kiona, you're with me." So the key members right off the start are Jungle Kiona, Kanami, and Rina. I mean, that's pretty cool. Was Rina in the original Oedo Tai and Kanami? Was it basically Jungle Kiona and then like the original Oedo Tai team? Is that how she picked her?
Yeah, I guess.
And a few days after that, officially the group has rebranded the Tokyo Cyber Squad with the motto, "Everyone is different, everyone is special."
This kind of works. I'm trying to like get the.
That sounds.
Does it sound better? Or worse?
I don't know. It. I don't know. It depends how the recording goes.
Try to muffle it a little bit. I don't know.
I was gonna say that should be a show title. I think it sounds great. Because everyone is different, everyone is special.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about like Hana Kimura is like every chance she could like people ask her in interviews like she does be like, yeah, I like my drop kick. I got the best drop kick. I wish
That's awesome.
We should go back and watch more Jungle matches too, because every time we watch one of her matches, it's like the best match that's ever been had.
Yeah, the StardomFan icon and Patreon supporter Chicken, which is brought us this show. He loves this era, and you can tell because whenever you say something like boy, was Saya Kamatani the greatest white belt champion of all time, he'll say stuff like, you can tell you didn't start watching till 2021, which I say true. I can't help what I haven't seen, but what does make this fun is that his request for the episodes is to go back, so it's forcing us and me to go back, and I mean, you were already more of a historian, but like it forces to go back and relive some of this stuff, which I've never seen before, and this is a fantastic era. It seems like 2017, 2019 is pretty peak.
I mean, if Momo Watanabe was the greatest white belt champion of all time, I probably would have heard about it. I mean, is Momo Watanabe the Dome Woman? Was Momo Watanabe saying, I don't care what anybody else says, I am Stardom?
Well, now she's just like, I have to wake up in the morning.
She's kind of
drag.
Yeah, she's just Shikamaru, which is kind of base.
That's what I love about her.
If she was a good guy, she could probably do like the Orange Cassidy gimmick like the right way. It's like, man, I don't want to be the best wrestler in the world, but if I have to.
She could pull off the female Naito, just win the red belt and then just drag it to the ring.
You could, you
Maybe
could.
maybe tie the belt around Fukigen and drag her to the ring like that.
She doesn't even want to carry the belt yet because it's heavy. That's a good point. Starlight would carry it. Bring her back. It'd be pretty funny if like they just kept doing the same story where Starlight just keeps getting beat, keeps getting Stockholm syndrome back to like hate slash Aledo tie. She's like,
Right.
can you? She's like, listen, we tried the fun. Although I'm sure the merch sales have gone through the roof, so she's never joining the dark side again.
No. Real quick, Waleski in chat says they just started watching Stardom at the end of 2022. What was that? Was that the Julia win?
That's like the best year. That's like I think that's the Shuri win.
That's the Shuri one. All right, I thought that was 2021. I get mine a little mixed up too.
Maybe you're right.
Either one. That's. See, there's not a bad time to watch. See, I'm going back and watching stuff fondly because it was all good. Like there was like 2 months that wasn't great, but then New Era won. Like 7 Up was on the top of the tag division, and then New Era came in and like saved the wrestling world, so that was really helpful. Uh, so there's not a bad era. It's just different, right?
Yeah.
But back to the matter
Well,
at hand.
I think Nene was world champion for a bit. That probably wasn't great.
Yeah, there's got to be a happy medium. Like, where's EO? So, like, if we say like 2017 to 2019 is good, maybe like 2015 is good, but yeah, there's an era where I don't want to go back too far. I don't think. At this time, around the time where I keep calling him Oedo Tai too. Tokyo Cyber Squad is brought
You
into
want them to be bad
existence.
guys. That's cool.
I just assumed they were the cool, fun bad guys. I don't know. Cheat to win, baby, cheat to win. They are stacked. Hana Kimura, and then the core members included Jungle Kiona, like I said earlier, Economy, Death Yamasan. How do you like that? Rita and Ruaka. And what are they? I mean, I wouldn't have loved it at the time, but looking back at it, it's sort of funny. The young girls.
12,
Well,
13.
Jesus Christ. And then the other notables would have been Bobby Taylor, Zoe Lucas, Layla Hirsch. Yeah, that is a big group, huh? It's almost as
Yeah.
big as God's Eye right now.
Godside's got like
That
12 members now.
that is awesome, and they all kick, even sort of Kashimo.
This is like the Cyber Squad episode. We just keep breaking off. I don't know. I don't know a lot about them. I tried to look them up. They're just all I could find out was just like, they were around for like a year, and then they broke up. The most
Well, it
interesting
makes
thing
sense.
for me is like those two things, like the group starting and then Konami fucking him over and going back to Oedo Tai.
Yeah, I
joining
know,
Oedo
that's
Tai.
crazy. Yeah. A month after this draft, May 16, 2019, they quickly make an impact. Hana Kimura, Jungle Kiona. Now that sounds like a really awesome tag team right there, them two, right? I mean, that had to
Yeah.
be amazing. They capture, and Konami, which at this point, ooh, and capture the Artist of Stardom Championship by defeating, hold your breath on this, Mayu Iwatani, Saki Kashima, and Tam Nakano. Now that sounds like a fun team.
Yeah.
Later that year, Kiona and Konami added the goddesses of Stardom Championship to their accolades, defeating Queen's Quest, Momo Watanabe, and Utami Hayashishida. So not only they're coming together, they're taking championships, but they're beating literal future Hall of Famers.
Yeah, you can just say that the greatest teams, some of the greatest teams of all time.
Yeah, they're just
Even
in
even
order to
Saki,
be the best, you got to beat the best.
that was like the peak. That was well, Mayu's still at her peak. Your peak is you can hold your peak for about how long do you think someone could be at the top of the game of their game? A long time, right? It doesn't mean like it's your peak doesn't mean you're on the decline, right? You just be at your peak for a while. Because like Mayu was so good, she made like Saki not suck for a while, and she was in Stars. Saki was actually really good. Almost, she's almost getting there with tag teaming with Sherry, but not quite.
She has moments. She sure has moments of greatness, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny. I had something else I wanted to bring up in a second here.
like
I
Damien
printed out
Mizdow,
most of my notes.
the greatest pro wrestler of all time, after Eugene.
Waleski brings up the moment Mina got good for a little while and Saya Kamatani got even better.
Let me say.
The broken face.
Oh yeah, or Shirakawa or Saya broke Mina's face. That was the last time she did a Phoenix Splash. What I remember about that is she messes up the first Phoenix Splash, catches, she like catches Mina in like the ribs or something, goes back up for a second one, and like Jesus, I'm like this can't be any worse. No, smashes her face with the knee again, and then she's never jumped off the top rope since. Or she's never done that move off the top rope since. And then she broke her arm, and that was the last time she ever jumped off the top rope.
Oh my god.
She's like, yeah, you know what? It was fine when I was hurting other people.
You know what's great is that someday she probably will, or maybe not, which makes it even better. But now in the big matches, she teases it, which I think is even cooler. Like she teases, like she does her thing. I'm going up, and then ends up changing her mind.
So, God, I'm trying not to go on tangents, but like Kota Ibushi does the Phoenix Splash, and he like breaks his own shoulder. Saya Kamatani does the Phoenix Splash, and she breaks Mina's face. Is it the most dangerous move in wrestling? Could hurt anybody. Not a lot of wrestling moves hurt you and your opponent.
No, I guess that's not the point, right? As the year goes on, because they weren't around for crazy long, despite their success, they face challenges, including departures of key members like Bobby Taylor and Zoe Lucas, both wrestlers who contributed to the faction's early momentum, with Tyler bringing international appeal and Lucas adding flair to their performances. However, their departures highlighted the unstable nature of faction rosters, as scheduling and conflict commitments to other promotions often took precedence. Now, that's basically what we were saying a little bit ago, but reading it this way, it took precedence? You are literally in the best wrestling promotion in the world, and you're going to let them? You're going to choose NWA over them? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Even with all that, Tokyo Cyber Squad's spirit remained strong. The group's matches consistently showcase a blend of technical skill, high energy, and a touch of chaos, cementing their place as fan favorites and making their presence unforgettable in Stardom's history. After that, it's basically talking about the end. However, I did look up real quick, maybe a few of their significant rivalries. Number one came up is Hanakamura's betrayal of Oedo Tai laid the foundation for this rivalry. Oedo Tai was one of Stardom's most dominant and devious factions at the time. Maybe they are again. And I guess they're not a thing either, right? And their feud with TCS reflected a clash of philosophies.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking through my notes, too. Oh. Well. By the way, when I say looking through my notes, I just asked ChatGPT and then write it down. And then I double check to see if it's like accurate information, because 75% of the time ChatGPT just writes its own facts, which is pretty base as a wrestling fan. You kind of get that. But it says in 2020, the end of an era, the year wrestling lost something it could never replace when Hana Kimura passed. TCS passed with her. The faction disbanded and the members scattered. But here's the thing: Tokyo Cyber Squad didn't die because TCS was never just about wrestling. It was about belonging. It was about looking at yourself and saying, "I don't fit in," and that's a good thing. And that never dies. I was like, huh.
Well, that sounds like an in conclusion to me.
Yeah. Let's leave it on a positive note.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I would like to. Well, maybe I'll throw this in.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
greatest
you know what?
rivalry was against Julia. That's probably true.
I was going to keep reading rivalries, but apparently you got bored and had to jump to the end.
I just, you can jump back. You're the one that said you leave it on a high note.
That's it. And with that, my friends, thank you Chicken for the show. Thank you Opie for the one we did earlier in the week. Everything will be edited and re-put up in podcast form and found wherever you can find your podcast. But in the meantime, you can find everything we do at StardomFan.com. The YouTube, the podcast, the articles, there's pictures in there. Anything you want, it's there. Anything,
Yes.
like literally. I mean,
Anything.
there's nothing you can't find, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah. You don't believe me? Check it yourself.
It's pretty. You want to order a Pizza Hut pizza, you can do it through that site. As long as once you get to the site, you go up to the Google button and you type in something else in the address. However, we do have to thank our. Oh, it is January 31st. I have to run into the other room and say happy birthday to my boy. But first, the January Patreon supporters are Chicken and Opie are the Stardom fan icons, and Jake is still the original and best World of Stardom fan champion. Thank you guys. Anything else?
I don't know.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
You're dancing. You want to dance?
Do I want to dance? I don't care.
The Opie on the way out says that the Julie episode was the best episode ever done. It went easier than I thought it would because I know
It's
Julie.
the best episode you've ever done. Yes, hype us up.
Well,
some more.
it was also his recommendation, right?
Sure.
so that went a long way. Well, cool. Well, let's close this son of a gun out, baby.
Say something, and then I'll close.
About what?
About anything.
I think I have a similar conclusion to you. Tokyo Cyber Squad may have been short-lived, but their impact is everlasting. They were more than a faction. Juno, they were a movement.
And with that,